Back in October, the football team dominated their first matchup against the Cowboys. Can Dallas even the score? Find out next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and they're able to get
non mi fa cambiare. Non solo la depth chart.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Pushes him aside at the 45. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought
3 corse, 35 yard.
And Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak.
Maria,
so you must stay alert
JC.
and stay aware.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The give is to Elliott. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Throwing, Prescott. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Really on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
E vabbè, ma non può.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On 2nd and goal. Prescott, that is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point It's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 21 carries, 51 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Chambers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll try to run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give to Elliott running left. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Off the play fake, Prescott.
No.
Johnson with a reception. 30. 10. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, but as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that, but even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament, and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Off play action. Chambers.
No!
And that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Chambers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake. Chambers steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On second down, a run with Gibson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On second down, it's Gibson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Yates, and he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you get the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, here's Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll go. It's Gibson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll run with Gibson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Gibson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morris. Not much there, only a yard. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw again on second down. Prescott. No, bottled up. Fumble. No. It's out. It's loose. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To throw is Prescott. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Off play action. Chambers rolling to his right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 2. Back to throw. Chambers.
Ah, ce l'avevo libero. Basta.
Jabril Cox charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll get you over to our... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Chambers. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On 1st down, Yates. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's Gibson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Off the play fake. Chambers. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down now. It's Gibson, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Gibson again.
No.
Getting down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
McCann's kick up and good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy and quote.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Play action. Chambers. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 123 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Pronto? Mamma? Oh!
Te volevo dire che Paolo questo è negativo.
Eh sì, ma è ancora presto.
No, lui c'è stato più a contatto con Giulia e il bambino.
Vediamo. Magari, speriamo.
Quindi potrebbe essere che me lo so preso da dietro parte e poi andato in giro.
O dalle bimbe.
Perché se Amanda magari è portatore, lei magari può succedere perché la maestra è positiva, quindi lei c'è stata in classe.
Certo.
Vabbè, comunque sia così, non è niente, come
Un'influenza. Va bene, mammi. Ci sentiamo dopo, dai.
Dai, buon lavoro.
Grazie, ma ciao.
Second and goal from the 1. Looking to throw. Chambers. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Elliott. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is taken at the 18. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Chambers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Chambers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon.
No, liscio, clamoroso.
A 40-yard punt.
È andato troppo bene.
The Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Prescott.
Ma li mortacci tua.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Non vai.
And this time they were
No, Sidney Mix no,
before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sidney Mix no.
Called here as Washington has an
Ma
injured player
Topram.
down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And that full... defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Meanwhile, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Juwan Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Well, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Neville Gallimore on the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Off play action. Chambers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
Gibson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Come on now. Antonio Gibson His 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting...
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Last stop. 10 yards on the big and second and 2 at the 20-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Chambers. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 40. The 20.
Ma non era fumble.
Hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll run with Gibson. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And these guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He was trying. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run on first down. Gibson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. Down right around the 25. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be third down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.